ball, mains. All I ever do is ball, main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched, and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum, all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue one, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat with sleep designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak, they listen. Couldn't find the social fishing. Who the crew, it wasn't you. I know it's true, cause you look like the opposition. Run it up. Greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 180!
Hey, me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here we go.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Try to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. It's a gain of 34.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
They go play action here on first down. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Sheldon Richardson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1 in the 2018 season.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Set, 180!
54! Tackle!
Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, Mayfield being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Mayfield off the play fake. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
First and goal, Cleveland.
They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now a play fake here on first down. Forced out to his left. Oh, he's going to look end zone here. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first 2 selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round. But they circled back in the 2nd round and got a really good one to Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke up a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
31 yards there and a first down. Think he's got some unfinished business after taking that all the way down to the 1?
There's no doubt in his mind that he has unfinished business. How upset would he be, even though he won't show it, if the play call comes in, quarterback, keeper, bootleg, maybe someone else carrying the football. He's done the heavy lifting. Let him take it across the goal line.
Mayfield looks to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Kill.
12, fellas, here we go.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run, and you can hear the great...
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Garoppolo. Dancing to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
You got tight right there.
12, fellas, here we go.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down again. Sheldon Richardson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Now Chubb. They find some open field here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They run again on first down, Chubb. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play that time out of Chubb. 41 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. but that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to...
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
13. Hey, Echo.
Check 53's mine. I'm coming. Let's go.
Now Garoppolo. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Here we go. 20.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
Here we go.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
56.
Following the interception, Mayfield steps away to his left. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It leads to second and 10.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Mayfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. escaping the pressure right. They still can't get it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
On third down, Mayfield. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 22.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
11 yards there, first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They're losing here in the third quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
And while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I have talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that was the place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because 2-yard gains turn into 20-yard gains as the game goes along.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
One, Omaha.
Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The tackle by Terrence Mitchell.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Right there.
Hey, exit.
Right there. 54 Mike.
On second down, Mayfield again. Flushed out right. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On the ground, it's Chubb. The Pro Bowl corner, Jason Verrett, on the tackle.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2.
21.
They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Just work with me a second here because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
1st and 10 at the 39.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on first down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
11.
First and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mack Wilson brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Garoppolo looks to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Trent Taylor. His first touchdown on the year. As they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. To throw, Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
It's a gain of 17.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go play action. Mayfield. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Mayfield now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Chubb. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They run it again with Chubb, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Yeah, that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Boy, Charles, what a critical call in a tie game late.
You want to have the tight coverage. You don't want to cause the penalty. Pass interference in this case, remember, it's a yardage foul in the NFL, a spot foul where it occurs.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. There's a nice move. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Set, 180. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Now Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think we just saw an example of a game situation that I know is discussed, practiced to the nth degree, go right out the window, and a chance to win the game as well.
Yeah, protect the football. On the other side, you're taught to get in there and rake it out. They did just that.
I mean, they go over this starting in OTAs and mini camps. You go through these situations, and that's the way a lot of teams like to end practice. Finish it off with this type of a drive, kick the game-winning field goal. Everyone feels good and heads to the locker room. In this case, though, they're not going to feel so great about it.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Niners on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Back near his goal line. Here's Garoppolo. Gets this one left side to Pettis. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a 1st down. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season. Really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
12.
Check right. Watching you go.
To throw is Garoppolo. Well, going deep here for Taylor. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing just about on his own goal line.
The Browns
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Mayfield on play action. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Trying to get it to Landry there, but it's going to be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They give to Chubb out of the gun. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play fake, Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. Here we go, this to avoid overtime. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules remind us. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They run. Chubb looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. A gain of 3, second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. The first throw in overtime for Mayfield now. Flush to his right. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And an alley to run. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped. And I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? They're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the effects of moving to the west.
They run for it with Hunt. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Regular. Hurry.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Chubb will get the call running left. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
At the 16.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters.